Second part of blood is cells or cell-like bodies. I told you that cell or cell-like bodies, they make up 45% of the blood, and when we divide it, they are divided into three components: red blood cells, which are known as erythrocytes, white blood cells known as leukocytes, and platelets. Red blood cells, or in short RBCs, are known as erythrocytes. Erythrocytes is made up of two words, erythro and cytes. Erythro mean red and cytes mean cell. So in other word, red blood cells. Now red blood cell name is given to these cells because of their red color. Red blood cells are the most numerous blood cells which are present in the blood. In 1 millimeter cube, about 5 to 5.5 million cells in males and 4 to 4.5 million cells in females are present. So you can see that how huge number of red blood cells are present in the blood. When they are newly formed, they have the nucleus, but they lose their nucleus as they matures. So the mature red blood cells, they do not contain any nucleus. Now why they lose the nucleus? The first reason is that to increase the surface area to volume ratio. As the surface area to volume ratio increases, large amount of gases, it can be carried by the red blood cells from one part of the body to another part of the body. Along with this, red blood cells, they are once mature, they are not going to divide. So if they are not going to divide, they do not need any nucleus. So nucleus is lost. About 95% of the cytoplasm of the red blood cell is filled with hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is actually a protein which binds with the oxygen and take the oxygen from one part of the body, which is lungs, and take the oxygen from the lungs to the other parts of the body. Along with this, hemoglobin also bind with the carbon dioxide, but less amount of carbon dioxide it will bind with the hemoglobin, and it will take the carbon dioxide from the tissues to the lungs. Here you can see that as you breathe in, the oxygen enters. This oxygen, it will bind with the hemoglobin in the red blood cell. Then they will be taken to different organs, for example liver, stomach, or any other part of the body where the oxygen is required. Now what will happen? The oxygen, it will enter in the organs, and the carbon dioxide, then it will enter into the red blood cell. Here you can see this is carbon dioxide. Now the carbon dioxide, it will bind with the hemoglobin, and then red blood cells, they will take it to the lungs, and when you will breathe out this carbon dioxide, it will be taken out of your body. We know that 95% is hemoglobin, so the rest 5% of the cytoplasm, it contains enzymes, salts, and proteins. So here you can see 95% is hemoglobin, while the rest of the 5% is enzyme, salt, and protein. If we talk about the shape of the red blood cells, the red blood cells are biconcave. Bi means two, concave is a shape. It means that they are concave in shape from the both side. This is the side view of the red blood cell. You can see here and here. They both, from both sides, they are concave in shape. So because of this reason, it is known as biconcave shape. Along with this, they have elastic cell membrane. This cell membrane is elastic, and this elasticity helps the red blood cells to carry maximum amount of oxygen bind with the hemoglobin. If we talk about the production or synthesis of red blood cell in the embryonic or fetal life, when we talk about embryonic or fetal life, it means that when the baby is inside the womb of their mother, at that point the red blood cells, they are formed in the liver and spleen of the baby. But in the adults, it is formed in the red bone marrow of short bones such as ribs, sternum, and vertebrae. So at this time, the red blood cells which are formed in our body, they are actually forming in the bone marrows of the ribs, sternum, and vertebrae. Like I told you before, once mature, they are not going to divide. So if they are not going to divide, they do not need the nucleus, and that is why the mature red blood cells, they do not contain any nucleus. The average lifespan of red blood cell is about 4 months or 120 days, and after that they are broken down in the liver and spleen by the phagocytosis. Jokingly, it is said that after 4 months, all your blood in your body is going to be renewed, or after 4 months you are going to have new blood in your body.